I'm going to keep rocking on.
We're good to go.
Hey, why not, right?
We have the pleasure of being in Monroe County with the one and only Sheriff Rick Ramsay. Sir, thank you so much for making time for us today.
Hey, thank you. I'm glad to be here with you. Spend a little time, so thanks for making the trip down to the fabulous Florida Keys.
Yes, sir. There's so much to talk about. When we talk about the sheriff position, how do you describe that?
Well, the sheriff is the what's called the chief law enforcement officer for the county. And people always say, well, you're the sheriff's office, but are you police? What's the difference? So we try to focus on, we're still police officers, but sheriff's office has generally more responsibilities. Like the sheriff, we have the jails, we're doing court securities, we're a full service agency.
It's a lot of pressure that comes with this position. And I would love to ask you this, how do you deal with that, knowing that 150 miles worth of families and children counting on you for their safety every single day?
The pressure is overwhelming. It really is. You know, you're responsible for the care, custody, control of inmates. We're responsible for the safety of citizens and visitors. Look, we have millions of visitors coming to the Keys every year. I got day trippers, I got snowbirds, I got full-time residents. You know, we've got 3 jails, 4 patrol stations. You know, I run the jail systems, are a lot of work. You know, we run Trauma Star, the air medical program. You may have heard about it, but we do 1,000 to 1,200 air medical flights a year. There's a lot of work, a lot of responsibility. It's not for everybody. It does take a toll on you. It does. You know, my phone's on 24 hours a day. I don't turn my phone off. I answer all hours of the night. It's hard to have, you know, a relief factor because you can't get away from the phone. You've taken the job where you need to be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. But one of the bigger things is surround yourself with really good, smart people. Surround yourself with an awesome team that can help make your life a little bit easier, carry some of the water, and reduce your stress by knowing that they're going to get the job done.
Tell me a little bit about, where did your story begin here in South Florida?
Well, I'm initially from New York.
Okay.
So it's a long way away, but I moved here in 1976 when I was a kid. I was 11 years old.
Okay.
So I moved to the central part of the county and finished up school. I was started in 5th grade and went through elementary and high school, but my whole life, I always wanted to do 1 or 2 jobs. I either wanted to be a police officer since I can remember as a kid, or I wanted to go in the Army and fly helicopters. So I always had 2 passions, what I wanted to do. And in the day, I wound up going to the police academy. And at the age of 21, I was a patrol officer in the Central Station. So I started my career pretty young. 39 years ago, I was a patrol officer in the Central Station of Marathon. I've worked for the Sheriff's Office here for the full 39 years. While here, I've worked almost every job. Started off on patrol. I went to traffic. I was a motor officer. I went to patrol as a supervisor. I was a narcotics sergeant. I worked special operations as lieutenant. I spent a year running the jail, captain in the jail. That was a big experience. I was a captain. It was eye-opening. I'm so thankful I experienced that, because now I can understand the jails. And I got a lot of lawsuits and stuff. A lot of issues that happen in the jails are very hard to manage. If I hadn't worked here, it'd make it hard to make good decisions, or really know if someone's trying to talk a bunch of crap.
What was it like? 2012, you become sheriff. What was it like, those moments leading up to it? Did you know you wanted to do that? Did you know what was coming?
Well, interesting, you know, when I became a police officer from early on, I told people, one day I'm going to be the boss. One day I'm going to be the sheriff. So I knew early on I had career goals to one day be the boss. But for me, it wasn't a hard transition, because before I was the sheriff, I was the undersheriff, the number 2 person, what's called the colonel, for 10 years under 2 different prior regimes. So I felt I was really ready to take over and hit the ground running, because I knew patrol, I knew traffic, I knew corrections, I knew administration, I knew management, all parts of the agency I had ran. So me having had been the undersheriff, the colonel, for 10 years prior, definitely made it a smooth transition, on top of having worked in almost every part of the agency for so many years. And on top of that, third leg was having good people around you. So having the knowledge, experience, good team members around you.
What's next for Monroe County, and what's next for you personally and professionally?
Well, Monroe County, we continue to do good stuff. We are right now sitting at record low levels of crime. It's never been safer to live in the Keys. Doesn't mean crime doesn't exist. Look, crime exists everywhere. But here, it's lower per capita. Most of our crimes are less violent than bigger metropolis areas. Most of our crimes are crimes of opportunity. So we're going to continue to combat crime, focus so heavily on true community policing. This agency is a multi-agency accredited agency. We have 5 accreditations, which I take a lot of pride in. Accreditations living by the best practices and best standards in the industry and being evaluated to make sure, prove you're doing it. So we are state and nationally accredited law enforcement. We are state and nationally accredited in our Bureau of Corrections, and our Bureau of Corrections also is nationally accredited our medical program there. So we take a lot of pride in our accreditations. And we want to continue their strong partnerships to combat crime. Every year I've been in the office, we've seen reductions in crime. That's so important for us is fiscal responsibility, reductions in crime, community policing partnerships. I want our citizens to be safe for people to raise kids and grandkids. I want the kids here to be able to ride their bikes to their friend's house, to be able to ride their bikes to their school. I want tourists who come here to see a beautiful Florida Keys, want to go back home and tell others, hey, you need to go down there, it's beautiful. I want them to want to come back and say, what a beautiful place. So I'm going to continue strong initiatives on community policing, partnerships, working with my citizens, keeping the kids in this community safe and secure, making them feel safe and secure. And for my future, look, as long as I enjoy coming to work, and as long as the citizens want me to be here, I love the job each and every day. I don't call in sick. I work long-hour days. I love coming to work. I'm on my 39 years of being a police officer. I love work every day. And I'm thankful, I'm blessed to have this job. And as long as my health holds up, the citizens want me, and I enjoy coming to work, I'm going to keep rocking on.
We're good to go.
Hey, why not, right?
Thank you, sir. We
Hey,
appreciate
pleasure.
it.
Thank you and your team, and I appreciate you all very much.
Absolutely. Thank you.